Software delivery requires managing multiple environments in order to develop and test changes before releasing to end users. Each of these environments may be comprised of any number of technologies, platforms, applications, and databases across various machines. DevOps tools like FlexDeploy need to be able to communicate with these machines and understand this complex topology. In this video, I'll show you how simple it is to configure your topology in FlexDeploy. The first concept we need to understand is endpoints, which hold the details of any servers or VMs you are using to run executions from the FlexDeploy host. This endpoint, for example, holds the connection information for my development EBS 12.2 application tier. Once I enter all the required fields, I can test the connection to verify everything was entered correctly and the FlexDeploy server is able to connect to this server via SSH. This endpoint authenticates with the username and password, but I could also use an SSH key with or without a passphrase. Once I save, I see the EBS server added to my endpoints table. This page allows me to configure my endpoints or customize my view with saved query support. Next, we have the Environments tab, which has a listing of every build and deployment environment my organization uses across our full set of deployment types. These are sorted in deployment order from the lower environments where builds and deployments take place, to the test and the staging environments, and ending with the final production environments. Bringing it all together, target groups are a representation of a software technology that runs in one or more environments. For instance, my Salesforce target group has development, test, QA, and production environments. My build tools target group only has a development environment, since it's primarily for performing builds. Each execution in FlexDeploy runs on a specific target, which is simply the crossover between a target group and an environment. Let's look closer at this OTBI development target. Each target contains any number of endpoints that executions are eligible to run on. In this case, we're running builds and deployments from the local FlexDeploy server. Then there's also a list of properties specific to this technology utilized as part of workflow executions. In this case, we have basic URL and credential properties that need to be defined to connect my OTBI instance. I can then jump to any other OTBI target or navigate back to view the complete group of targets and get a status summary of each one. From here, I'm ready to bind this target group to an OTBI project, which will allow me to select any of these linked environments when initiating a build or deployment. Based on the target group and selected environment, FlexDeploy will identify which endpoints to execute on and use the environment-specific properties which are required by the workflow. In this video, we learned how the logical and physical components of your architecture are centrally managed in the FlexDeploy topology. We discovered how logical environments and target groups are mapped to physical endpoints and properties required by build and deployment executions. As you broaden your DevOps adoption, the complexity of the architecture and number of resources grows. Through the centrally managed topology, model, visualize, and manage the topology as you embark on your DevOps journey. Thanks for watching.